I'm Wes, we're in the mountains, and today I'm just gonna recap a little bit about what I did at the USA's. And
What do you think? Are we filming?
we talked about this. I mean, I thought I had today, you had next week.
No,
What do we?
No. Come on, we block out these times. I'm Wes, we're in the mountains, and this was the most fun I've had shooting an event. I was at Hayward Field in Eugene, Oregon, shooting some of the best athletes in the country and arguably the world. Today, I'm gonna be telling you what it's like to be on the ground shooting something like USATF Outdoor Championships and the key lessons that I've learned over the past few years from shooting gigs like this. If you were wondering who was starting that video, that was Andrew, the guy who works with me on everything. He's sitting behind the cameras usually. He just wanted to shot at the spotlight. We get it. We're gonna show him some more love here in the near future, but go follow Andrew Wyant. He's awesome. We'll get back to it. And it's raining kind of fucking hard now. I think we should cover cams. Yeah, we should cover cams. This is what we got. We've got a baseball mitt and a rag covering the FX3 helicopter. We've got a rumple blanket covering the FX30. And I don't know if you guys can tell, it's raining pretty damn good. And that's Andrew. Back to it. First off, how I got the gig. I work for HOKA NAZ Elite as the team's creative director, and I've been doing all their media for the past few months. So this was worked into our contract, and I was shooting on assignment for them. At this level, having a strong portfolio definitely matters. But like I've said in the past, so does being someone that brands want to work with. This is a high-paced, stressful environment, and brands want to know you can be reliable, you communicate well, and that you're gonna deliver even if the pressure's hot. The pressure is hot? Is that high? Even if the pressure is high. It's high intensity, high pressure. Brands need to know that you can work under those conditions and be reliable, be adaptable, and be professional on site. My advice, don't just focus on your imagery. Like I've said in the past, also focus on what the experience is like working with you. Reliability and trust can get you called back just as much as skill. Now, what it's like shooting the actual event. So like I said, went there with HOKA NAZ Elite. We flew in to Eugene 2 days before the first event, and first 2 days are pretty chill. You have practices. We went to Hayward Field, and it was a lot of team bonding. We made dinner together. It was a lot of good content off the track, actually. And then once Thursday hit and events started, it was definitely hectic for me. Even though I was working with HOKA NAZ Elite, I didn't want to only shoot them. I wanted, since I was there at the meet, I wanted the whole experience of shooting the meet. And so you go get your credential the day before, you have a media meeting that was like literally 3 minutes. It was kind of intimidating because I'd never been there, and a lot of photographers have, and they just knew exactly how everything went. And so, I was able to connect with some photographers, ask them like, hey, what do you think? Where do you like to shoot? And it was a lot of just kind of do your thing. I had a media credential, so I had media access into the media section, but I could also go anywhere in the stadium. And so I loved going to the very top and shooting panoramas, or going to the side and getting, instead of the finish coming from the front, getting the finish from like a top-down angle and just things like that. So it was a lot of the whole weekend was a lot of experimental work. I went in for the content that we were gonna make for NAZ Elite with a complete plan, and then I just wanted to shoot the whole event. And so it was awesome. You just get to connect with some other badass photographers in the industry. You get to shoot Olympians, which is great. You realize that these athletes are also just people. And I was able to connect with some stellar athletes who I've seen growing up, or I've seen in the past few years on the TV, and you get to have a conversation with them. You get to see them out. You get to go for runs with them. And it was just really cool. It's a blast to be there. You go in with some nerves, but if you're there, you belong. And so just getting the opportunity to shoot people and an event like that I'm grateful for it every time. And so you really go in with an excited mindset and just ready to create. Now on to the most important part, just what I've learned and key takeaways from over the years. Every time I go to an event like this, I'm so grateful for being there, and I'm reminded that you just got to create how you want to. there are a lot of other photographers there. There are a lot of photographers that I've followed for years, whose work I get inspired by and pull ideas from. And it's easy to look at them and think, how are they shooting this? You know, they've been here longer. What are they doing? What are they creating? But comparison kills creativity. And you just got to create your own way. You got to make the images that you want. You got to make the art that you want. And you got to know that you're there for a reason. And you should be excited about the opportunity that's presented before you. With creating your own art, don't be afraid to try new things. Even though experimenting and trying something new at an event with this high of stakes can seem kind of daunting, I think it's really necessary. If I were to come to the event expecting to shoot it the same way I've shot other events, to know it's the safe way, and I know that I'm gonna get the right shots, over the 4 days of shooting consistently, my work would have gotten so repetitive. Of course, you need to get the shot sometimes, but don't be afraid to branch out and experiment.
Hey guys, whatever you're doing right now, stop.
Dude, come on. We already talked about this. This is the second time.
I know, but just one.
No, okay, we'll figure it out. I know, we'll work it out. We gotta get back to work.
You just okay. Got about it.
That was Andrew. Go follow him. Hopefully by now you know the message. Stop watching this video because this YouTube channel is not meant to have you sit behind a computer screen. It's meant to have you be inspired to do whatever it is you are passionate about in life. So whatever that is, if it's playing the piano, if it's crochet, if it's mountain biking, go do it. Go take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 hours. Go do it right now and then come back to this video. Cheers. Shoot different angles, crop things differently. Shoot on a Polaroid if that's your thing, because some of my favorite shots from this past weekend came from taking those risks. Something that maybe not as many creators talk about is just how important your workflow is. Your files need to be organized and you need to be able to operate with the utmost efficiency. I heard someone say the last weekend that if you're not first, you're last. Clients need these photos within minutes, not hours. The Wi-Fi can be slow. It can take forever to drop your files from your SD to your hard drive. So what I do is right after the race, I take a few images, 3 to 6, right off the camera, connect my phone to my camera via its Wi-Fi, and I send them to my phone, edit in Lightroom Mobile, send them off to the client. Then once the event is over, you can go through all your images and share the whole album with the client. One thing that might sound simple is just stay alert. Sometimes I'll be on my phone, I'll be talking to another creator, thinking that there's downtime, and there's not. Keep your camera on, keep extra batteries ready, and just keep your head in the game. Finally, like I said earlier, athletes are humans too. Don't be afraid to congratulate them, to shoot them a DM, to share your photos. It not only makes the job more rewarding, but it could also open a door for you down the line. Now, onto advice for how to start shooting these events. How do you get there? If I were starting over right now, I would go to local high school events, club meets, shoot everything, learn as much as you can, meet as many people as you can. Do everything, photo, video, graphics, social media content, everything. Be versatile. In the beginning, this is good because it'll give you the opportunities to learn what you love the most and to learn what you're best at. Then you can specialize. Connect with people. I've said it before and I will continue to say it across this channel. The more people you meet, the better. Again, you never know when an opportunity is going to arise because of who you meet. Who you know, plus the work you do, will create opportunities. Finally, once you build a network, once you build a great portfolio, do it all over again. You started small, now go to a bigger stage. That's exactly how I became the creative director of NAZ Elite. Shooting something like USA's is always a privilege. Every time I do it, I'm reminded of how much fun it is and how much creativity you can get out of it. If you can stay focused, create with confidence, deliver a great product, and be a good human, this industry has room for you. If you have any questions about shooting pro sports, about landing assignments, about workflow, drop a comment or shoot me a message. Seriously, I'm doing all this for you for free because I want you to succeed. Don't be afraid to reach out to me. That's how I've gotten a lot of my success and met a lot of mentors, met a lot of creators. It's just reaching out. So please do the same if you have any questions about any of this stuff. If you found this video valuable, hit the like button, hit subscribe, share it with someone. I appreciate you watching. Keep chasing the dream. I'll see you next time.